5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, guys.
Hello.
Sunday night for us.
A very long Sunday.
Monday morning for you guys.
A very early Monday for you guys.
Hopefully you guys are doing great. You guys are doing awesome. You guys woke up all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and just loving life.
Where did they get that saying, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed?
I don't know.
If you guys know, if somebody knows where that saying came from, I'd like to know. Kind of interesting to know where it came from. Yeah.
So, man, great service. Great day. Long day.
Very, very long.
Good day of fellowship, to be honest with you. Much needed.
It is 11?
1 minute to 11.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a much needed
And
fellowship, guys.
in.
I mean, yeah, it's tiring. Yeah, it's exhausting. But sometimes you just need
It was awesome.
fellowship, guys. You know, all the way from the time after service, we always hang out with whoever hangs out.
We had lunch with your parents.
Yeah, and then my mom said, "Can you eat lunch with us?" Because we never do usually, because we're always doing this, doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then, you know, a bunch of other people from the church too, and we went to eat Mexican food. And that was always
at
nice.
At our usual little place, Juarez.
Yeah, I sat next to my mom. And then
Your little mama.
ended up turning into a church history lesson. And, but you know, it was cool because I didn't realize, well, a lot of people, but Daniel was like, man, he was really fascinated by that stuff.
Yeah,
and
me too. I really enjoyed listening and talking about it.
I really like church history. I remember the first time I dove into it. I'm not saying I know everything about church history, but I did read a book on it, and then I did took a course on it for the Bible college, and it's fascinating stuff because it starts. What happens is it puts pieces together of why we do what we do as churches, as Christians, and sometimes we do things we're thinking that it's always been done that way. In actuality, it's just kind of gradually some things are built up to that. And it's just a trip to see it. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with some of the stuff, but it's just interesting to see. Like the perfect question. Bright-eyed bushy tail, where'd that come from? Obviously, that has a story somewhere.
Yeah. I think everything has a story.
Yeah, so there's a story to why is a church with the pastor in the pulpit? And then there's rows of chairs. Why does it start with singing worship songs in the beginning? Why, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that everything comes from something.
Yeah.
So just, you know, when you pass by these churches, like one question you asked, you said, what's Episcopalian? Or what's, you know, just good, interesting stuff about church history, you know, and so we ended up talking a little bit about that during lunch, and that was a great time. Bless you.
Oh, my nose is itchy.
And then last week we watched Star Wars Episode 1.
Well, it wasn't. It's in the chronological order. Yeah,
Episode 1.
Yeah.
Phantom Menace. And a few people said, hey, let's watch part 2.
And they sure did.
We're like, let's do it, you know? So
we came back.
Yeah. So it was fun.
Yeah, they came back, and we made some coffee, some hot cocoa. We brought back the popcorn, guys.
Melodia brought donuts.
Yeah, made some coffee, hot chocolate, and everybody brought their little blankets and pillows once again. And it was the same, pretty much almost some of the same people.
Yeah. Leanna wants to come next week.
Yeah, it was some of the same people, guys, and the kids brought their little blanket out again. I mean, their little carpet out again, and we just enjoyed it. It was nice. It was really, really nice. We had fun. Johnny and Diana, they made a spread, guys.
That's good.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Delicious.
But they said next week it's on me.
Yeah.
So I'm making next week's spread.
Yeah. So they made a spread, and then it was, I don't know, but it's just different when you just do things sporadically and we just enjoy it, and we open it up. We just tell people, hey, we're going to be here doing this, and whoever wants to come, and I think it's special when you just do that, and it's just a feeling of home, because church is our home away from home.
Yeah.
And I love when we can do that, because that's the way it's supposed to be. It's your family. It's just your family away from family, I guess you would say, And I think that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
It's special. It's a very special feeling. Yeah, and then we got to see people that we haven't seen in a while. We got to see Manny and his wife and the children. And
Oh,
we
at the
haven't
restaurant?
At the restaurant. We haven't seen them in a while. So Manuel Palino, and it was really nice to see him and his family. It's always good to see him.
I didn't even realize he was a little bit out of town. So
Yeah, it was so good to see him though. Yeah, but besides that, it was a beautiful service. God always moves. He's just been moving so beautifully in the hearts of people.
yeah, like the whole time I'm just like, Lord, I hope I'm using good examples to show how the enemy infiltrates.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm like, Lord, I'm hoping this is coming out to where people get it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we make our spouse or our friend or a coworker the enemy.
Yeah.
Because somebody came and deposited a seed of doubt.
Yeah.
And do you see how I kept bringing it back to, did God say? Like everything is just that little bit of doubt, or somebody hurts you, a pastor hurts you, so now all pastors are suspect. A woman hurts you, so now every woman is suspect. A man hurts you, every man is suspect. Or it just goes on and on and on and on.
We put up walls thinking that we're putting up a wall to keep that person out, but in true reality, what we're doing is we're building a wall, and we're keeping ourselves in our own prison. Is what we're doing, and not realizing that it's the enemy that's actually secluding us from everyone else, and it's isolating us. The enemy is actually isolating us when we
divide and conquer.
Yeah, and that's what's actually really happening. And we think, oh, well, I'm just keeping that person away. No, realistically, it's the enemy isolating you. And that's really what's happening. Yeah. I know that because, I learned a lot from going through a lot of physical abuse and going through abusive relationships in my past, before you even came into my life. And that was something that was hard for me to go through. And I had to go through a lot of healing, before you. And that was something that I was very open with you about and everything, because it was part of my testimony. And I think coming to you, I remember coming to you and telling you, these are some of the things that I come with. But I realized way before you that I was never going to, that you were never going to be the one to blame for my past hurts, and I knew that way before. But even though there were things that still triggered, I realized that there were still a few things in my life that still triggered,
Yeah.
And I had never realized it until that we were going through our relationship, that there were still things, and I realized it, and that's when I came to tell you. I realized that there were still some things that that triggered. But I think that in life, as long as we recognize those things, then you're able to still deal with them and still fix them and still ask the Lord to heal them and to remove them. But we have to be able to recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I remember not too long ago, actually, we were disagreeing about something driving.
Yeah.
And it was a little notch higher than disagree. because I think we're both a little upset, and I think I scratched my head, and it was. I can only share on my end, and maybe if she wants to share her end. But when she basically flinched, like I was gonna hit her, and I got angry and hurt at the same exact time. You know, I got hurt because it made me think of times somebody did do that to her, and that hurt me. Just to imagine my wife and somebody being like that with her made me angry that she would even think that I would ever do that. So I was hurt and angry all at the same time, you know, because I think we were arguing or kind of,
we didn't argue.
Or-
it wasn't arguing.
Because I remember, like, I just went like this, like
No.
I was just driving straight or something like that.
It wasn't even an argument. I remember that I said something, and I said something, and I remember that. Here's what happened. We were driving, and I said something, and I think it came out very smart, or not even smart, but it was sarcastic.
Oh, to me.
Yeah, it came out sarcastic, and I don't know if you had caught it or not.
Probably not. I was just driving.
Yeah, but because in the past, something like that, sarcastic like that, would have probably would have caused a backhand. I probably would have gotten a backhand for it or something. And when you did that,
Not from me.
no, not from him, guys. In my past, that's why I said in my past, it would have caused a backhand, you know, from my past, you know, marriage or something like that. It probably would have caused that. That when he just like went like this, and it just like it triggered me, and he scratched his face.
I think I was scratched, or I went like this, or
scratched
I was just driving home.
and my heart just like froze. I froze, and I don't know, because I knew that exact same thing, that if I would have did that with, you know, with my son's dad from like 20 something years ago, because I was married 24 years ago, and that exact response that I did, which was not bad, guys, it's like that would have gotten me a sock in my face, like a backhand or something. And my husband literally reached to scratch his face, and I don't know why, but I turned and I just looked at him, and I broke down, and I started crying, and I said, I took a deep breath, and I just started crying, and I said, I thought you were going to hit me. He said, babe, he goes, what is wrong with you? He says, why would I do that to you? He's like, why would you think that? And he got upset.
And then I got mad.
That's when he got upset.
I'm like, that's what you think of me? Like, serious? And then I got mad, you know? Then I really did get mad.
He really did get mad, and he got hurt. And he's like, why would you think that of me? He's like, why did you think I was going to do that? And I said, because you got up and you started scratching. And I said, because I said something, and I said I was smart, or I was sarcastic with you. He's like, no, you weren't. And I was like, yes, I did. And I think that's why. And see, because I don't do that, guys. I don't, like, you know, like today, I asked you something about just a plug or something like that, and you said, you know, you told me, you know, don't do that, you know.
Yeah, because you're getting testy with me in front of people, and I'm like, don't do that to me.
No, but I was asking you because you misunderstood my question, and we misunderstood each other. But you thought I was testing you when I said you misunderstood my question, but it wasn't. But you took it as a disrespect because you misunderstood my question, and then I stood quiet after that. So with that said, you know, I just felt like that's why I just stopped. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's communication, and I understood to just stop.
Yeah.
So it's just, guys, it's things like that to me that triggered me. And that day, trust me, it was just, it was just one of those moments. And it took me back. And that day, man, yeah, it was just one of those days.
Yeah. But then I think that I want to revert back to the conversation about church history.
Yeah.
And
Well, but why did we bring that up, though?
because we were talking about the sermon. We're talking about the sermon and how I was saying that the infiltrator, that I said, you're not my enemy and I'm not your
Yeah,
enemy. That's what we're talking
yeah.
about. Is that the enemy will drop a little bit of doubt.
Yeah, he will.
He'll drop a little bit of doubt in you, and that's all it takes, because that little seed of doubt will grow into a tree if you allow it.
Yeah.
And remember we were watching How I Met Your Mother, the last season, and the band member, he would come and start an argument.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
an infiltrator.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, he would come and start an argument just for fun and then leave the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'd see two other people and he'd go and start it and like plot them against each other, and he'd leave. And kind of the same thing, and I didn't know how it was going to come off the sermon, I'm just like, Lord, let this come out the way it's supposed to, and because I knew it was an eye opener, I believe, for people to really realize what it is that the enemy's doing. Because a lot of times the enemy's not going to attack from the outside.
Yeah.
He's going to attack it from within. He'll attack from within your own house, from within your own family.
Yeah. He'll attack within the church.
Within your own church.
Within the own, yeah. And sometimes it's even the people closest to you that you don't even realize,
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord will give you discernment. He will give you discernment even within your family, within those that are closest to you within the church, and and I think he'll guide you on what to do, what's the best thing to do sometimes, and sometimes it's even through just prayer.
Yeah.
It really is through prayer and allowing God to lead the way, and just to give him the circumstance and the situation and say, okay, Lord, here you go. I surrender it to you. Surrender that person to him and just say, you handle it. Because sometimes, we want to try to intervene and take things in our own hands and lean on our own understanding. And he says, just give it to me. Just give it to me. Let me take care of it. Because he's the best one to take care of things, to be honest.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, right? Is that when I say a seed of doubt, right? For instance, let's say somebody is, man, I should have thought of something instead of trying to think at the top of my head, but okay. Let's say you and I, we're best friends and we share everything. I share my heart with you, you share your heart with me. But let's say I had a conversation with somebody and I share something with them. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's something I didn't get a chance to even tell you yet, right? So then that person knows. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to share something with you, man. And I haven't had a chance to tell Sharon yet. And they're like, oh, yeah, what? And then they act to be a hearing ear. But the moment they get a chance, they come to you and they're like, man, that's crazy that David's going through that, huh? See what they did? Mm-hmm. See what they did? Yeah. So purposely knowing that I hadn't got to you yet, I even said, yeah, man, I really got to tell Sharon this, But they got to you first. So by telling you, oh, you didn't know that? Now guess what you're going to think? Now imagine that person is the opposite sex of me.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That right there is the seed of doubt. And what if the whole time I'm like, yeah, man, you know what? Let's say I would have said, I would have been like, man, I really need to talk to Sharon because I need to tell her about this and this and this. And, oh, yeah, you're right. I said, yeah, soon, whatever. It could be something dumb. And I'm not even talking about something like deep. It could be just something dumb. But the very fact that they would come, see, and then it causes that.
Causes division.
Because then it drops the seed of doubt. So then you're like, what else is there I don't know?
Yeah.
What if there is nothing else? What if it was just like really quickly and I literally was about to come talk to you?
Yeah.
You know, and see, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Sisters do that to each other in church. Brothers do that to each other in church.
Yeah.
They really do. You know what I mean? And things get twisted and this and that. And it's dangerous, man.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is you are playing into the enemy's plan.
Yeah. Or when a person doesn't want to make themselves look bad, they go and twist words, you know, twist a conversation.
Yeah.
To something that's different, you know, and to make themselves look better, you know, or, you know, when a person wants to make themselves look better, that they go and do something before you can even do it, when you were going to do it, you know, and that happens a lot too, you know, when you know that you were gonna do something, but you get to it first, you know, so that you can look like the better person, you know, and everything. And you're like, oh, okay, well, you know, because, you know, that happens a lot too. There's just so many ways.
So many different scenarios.
So many different scenarios, you know, and I mean, I think being in leadership, you know, it's unfortunate. In leadership, you see a lot that happens behind the scenes, unfortunately. But here's the thing, because you see so much behind the scenes, there's also so much that you have to guard. Mm-hmm. You have to guard it. The Lord gives you a heart to guard it as well. And I think that that's important. Just because you're a leader and you see so much doesn't mean that because you see so much that you know that you have to share so much. Do you get what I'm saying? I think the reason why we become leaders is because the Lord gives it to you so that you can guard it and you can take it up unto Him, so that, you know, that's the reason why you become, you know, He gives us that opportunity to become leaders. It's not so that we can, you know, go be comadres and, you know, and go and gossip and do those things. I think the reason why He gives us that leadership is so that we can be able to shepherd people and really, truly guard people's, to take the things that we see and to guard it and to guard those things with everything.
Yeah.
It's something that is very sacred. You know, the lives of people are very sacred.
Yeah.
I mean, it's important, you know. I think a lot of the times you get people who try to fish or they try to want to find out things, but, you know, you have to, I think it's important to guard those things.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, man.
You do?
I agree.
The best papa in the galaxy?
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, like we were saying, great service, great conversation. It did get into church history. It made me realize a lot of people, I thought it was a kind of a nerdy thing that I liked. So I honestly don't really talk about it much to people, you know, but today it came up over lunch. So then I'm just like sharing and stuff like that. And a little bit I know, you know what I mean? And it just got interested, and I love that stuff. I really do, you know, and it shapes how we worship and how we serve God and how and why, you know, and all that stuff. And anyways, overall, man, it was a great day of fellowship, a great day of being together, you know. For whatever reason, to be honest with you, the Sundays have been a little light as far as the attendance. I do know it's at the same time of a wave. A lot of people are getting sick. I don't know if that is the reason, because we, you know, like, we don't talk to everybody every single day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, pray for the church, pray for the church family, you know, and we're going to make some calls and just make sure people are all right, you know? I mean, when somebody doesn't come, somebody that's usually there doesn't come for a week, don't think nothing much of it because sometimes, people have obligations or this and that. But when it's like 2 weeks, then we get concerned. It's like,
And we may not have everybody's number, but you know what? Maybe you guys can reach out to us and let us know how you're doing. It gets kind of hard for us to have to sit there and look for, have to figure out and have to, because we don't have everybody's numbers. I wish we really did. Some of y'all change numbers a lot, but reach out to us. Let us know that you guys are doing. It's a two-way street, guys. Reach out to us too and let us know. Hey Sharon, hey David, I just want to let you guys know that we're doing okay. That's okay to do that too. You guys, there's an easy way to to let us know as well. I wish we had everybody's contact information. It would be nice, but just let us know. It would be nice, that you guys would actually just say hello to us too.
yeah, and like I have a feeling it's because of the wave that's been going on. The reason I say that is because like we hardly ever hit 100 subscribers watching us on a Sunday. Usually it's actually like in the 85 person range. Last week, it was 125 subscribers watching us.
Yeah.
So that's what's that, 35? Yeah. Roughly 35, 40 extra people that are normally.
Yeah.
We normally have 80, 85 viewers, subscribers, and last week it was 125
That's
subscribers.
just subscribers, and with the non-subscribers, it goes up to about 300.
Yeah, 300 or so.
300 or so.
Because when it shows, guys, when it shows the people that are live, if it says 100, it's only counting those that are subscribers. There could literally be, there is usually 300, 350 actually watching, but the number you see are the subscribers. So, I take that to notice because I'm just like, man, not that many. I mean, there was people, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like it always is. And then, but the numbers were high. So it made me think like, I wonder if a lot of them are just home, because of whatever reason. But, we miss faces and we notice the faces that aren't there. You guys are family.
Yeah.
You guys are family. And I'm going to ask again to continue praying for Anthony de la Garza. Continue to pray for him. Pray for his body. Pray for his strength in Jesus' name. Not only him, but for his mother, his stepdad, for the entire household in that place. In the name of Jesus, for the glory of God and the presence and the peace of God. The comforter is there in that house, in every single room, in Anthony's room, and all the way out to the sidewalk.
Yeah. We got to see today when we were at Juarez, there was a woman by the register, and she said hi to me, and I just looked over there and I said hi back, and she comes up to us and she says, hi, I'm Anita.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm Anthony de la Garza's cousin. Yeah. And I said, hi. So it was really, really nice. Hi. So it was really, really nice to meet your cousin, Anthony.
You went to play pool?
Yeah, I won like 250.
Huh?
I won 250.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not playing you for money.
Gabriel's going tomorrow too.
Huh?
Gabriel's gonna go tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna play pool with my son tomorrow.
So it was really, really nice to meet her, and she watches too. So that was really, really nice. So we got to.
What was her name again?
Anita.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anita.
Yeah, she came up and she goes, "Yeah, I'm Anthony's cousin."
Mm-hmm. So it was really nice to meet your cousin, Anthony.
Yeah, she said her mom is sisters to Sister Josie, Anthony's mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was really nice. I look forward to meeting her, and I look forward to you and Nita coming by the church. I know you're in Ceres, so you're not very far. So hopefully you'll come by and you'll hang out with us too. That'll be really, really nice to hang out with you. And then we'll go eat at Juarez together. How about that? Instead of you
Yeah.
taking takeout, you'll be able to sit there with us and we'll sit down and have Juarez
Oh,
together.
she was picking up.
Yeah, she was picking up takeout.
Amen.
Yeah, that'll be really, really nice.
So, guys, we just kind of shared our hearts. We didn't have a scripture today. Man, just, it's when I preach, guys, it's just weird because man, I'm just pouring out, and so it's just kind of like I get exhausted, I get exhausted, but I did want to come on and just kind of share our hearts with you guys and talk with you guys a little bit, a little Sunday night, Monday morning chat, But tomorrow we are going to have a portion of scripture, and we want to get into it, and because that's what we're here to. We want to teach the Bible. It's relevant Bible talk, But even though, like, when we're sharing these things, it is still in a sense, it is still edifying. It's still teaching because it lets you know how it is. Because the reason I say that is, like I said it before in other videos, a lot of times I grew up and I would see pastors and I felt like they didn't have a normal life and they didn't have normal issues. And they wouldn't share about those things because they're the pastor. And it gave this facade of, well, then I must be all messed up and I'm not like the pastor. You know what I mean? So I think that even when we're just being candid and we're just talking about stuff, I think that helps you guys because it lets you realize these life issues and just live different scenarios and different things that happen, that we're people just like anybody else. We are all servants of God.
Amen.
Every single one of us. That, the Lord has called me to pastor his church, to pastor a group of people, to be a shepherd to people. But nevertheless, I'm a lamb too, and he's the shepherd.
That's right.
And so I think that I understand the old school way where pastors had to. I actually had a pastor tell me before I pastored a church. He says, "You can't be their friend," and I'm like, I didn't.
What you talking about, Willis?
I didn't really like that, but I respected it because I understand it because he was older, and that's just the way they did things. Just like back in the day. Fathers wouldn't change the diapers of the children. Fathers wouldn't, because they're the man and this and that. And I fed my kids and changed diapers, and I think times just change. So I think those walls have to be broken too as pastors. That I think it helps people to see pastors or leaders or whatever just be normal.
Yeah.
I think it actually helps rather than the opposite, because many, I think, at that time, back then, thought that would be harmful because you got to be a certain way so everybody else can be there, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't, guys. I think nowadays it's really, really important for people to, get to know their pastors as just to get to know them as friends,
As people.
Just as people, that they're no different, to just fellowship with them. I've said it before in the past that, I never really had a chance to. I used to be in hospitality, and I used to love working in the green room and everything because it was a really good opportunity for me to be kind of close to my pastors. And I was in that ministry for 22 years, guys. And I really, really felt like I had to serve and to do all of that just to be close to my pastors. And that it shouldn't have to be that way, guys. It really shouldn't have to be that way. We should be able to break bread together. We should be able to, you guys should be able to just, be able to get to know your pastors and just be able to be down to earth with them and, and go to the store together and hang out together, watch a movie together, even if it's at the church, watch it on the church screen, it doesn't matter, just just be normal around them, and just be yourself, that which is important because just like we are here at home, we're the same way at church. You're not going to see us any different. This is who you get. Who you see here is what you're going to get at church. This is it. This is it. We're not going to be any different.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think that not every pastor that separates himself from the flock is bad. Like I said, it's just an old way. Like my grandpa, when I grew up, he was not going to change diapers. He wasn't going to, but man, he was a good man. That's just the style. That's just the way they were, I mean, I don't hold it against my grandpa, because that's the culture at that time,
Yeah, but I think.
But hold on, I haven't finished my
Sorry.
thought yet.
Sorry.
So I think some pastors are like that. It's not saying that they're bad, but I have met pastors that straight up have a chip in their shoulder. They think like, I don't know what, they think like as if they only have the favor of God on them, and they just kind of walk in and try to command the room and stuff. And I don't like that stuff,
Yeah, but I think there's nothing wrong with still having traditional, basic, old-fashioned traditions. There's nothing wrong with that either, though. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Because I'm very old traditioned.
Well,
I have an old soul.
I'm talking specifically about being that type of person where everybody else's life is your business, but your business is your business, and that's it. And you're like this holier than thou kind of pastor.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that specifically.
Yeah.
I'm just,
I get it.
you paint a fake facade that other people can never attain and reach, and that's not cool. People, I think, want leaders that are in the midst of them.
Somebody asked me the other day, do you want me to call you Pastor Sharon? And I said, no, my name's Sharon. Call me Sister Sharon. I'm Sister Sharon, I don't need to be called Pastor Sharon. And I said, and I don't need anybody to carry my bags, and I don't need anybody to carry my stuff around or do any of that like that. I can carry my own stuff, and I can wash toilets, and I can do all of that. And I said, if anybody needs to help anybody carry anything, I would rather them help Sister Lydia carry a bag out of her car, because if something's heavy for her, then
Yeah.
I'd rather them help her carry something heavy out of her car,
Yeah.
Or somebody that, or your mom, or somebody if she can't carry something, but I have two hands, If something's really, really heavy for me, then I'll go get the guys if I need help, if I don't need help, then I can carry my own stuff.
Yeah.
But no, call me Sister Sharon.
I think it comes with the fear that if you're too open with people, then they won't respect you when you teach or preach. I think that's where that mindset comes from. But I don't feel that that's an issue. When I preach, you know what I mean? And I feel like people are there because they respect it.
Yeah.
I want to believe that, but yet at the same time, man, we can go on a bike ride, we can go have pizza, we can joke and laugh, like Brother Jesus, man, that dude don't stop laughing. He says I'm funny, and he gets it because I am a comedian, right?
Yeah.
He gets it.
You're not a comedian, babe.
I'm a comedian.
Okay, babe.
But actually I like it, because here's the thing is he will crack up when we're breaking bread, but he receives the word.
But the thing is that respect, if respect is given, people respect back,
Yeah.
And I think that if you have if you speak confident, if you're confident, and if confident is what comes out of you, then respect, it shows respect. People are going to respect you.
Yeah.
Because that's what eludes is confidence.
Yeah.
People are going to give you what's given.
What you put out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's one thing of being able to joke with people. There's another thing of making yourself a fool.
Exactly.
I don't make myself a fool. You know, but I love to laugh.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, so I think there's a difference. There is a difference.
There is
you know?
absolutely a
Because some
difference.
people, man, they just make a fool of themselves.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, man, how can I take you serious? So, anyways, guys, we're all over the place. Who knows what I'm going to call this video? I'm going to call it the whatchamacallit video. So,
Those are good chocolates.
oh God,
Do you guys remember the chocolate whatchamacallit?
don't make me
Don't make you what?
go on a rampage fight. Remember when we did that with the
Lifesavers.
lifesavers? Remember?
You guys remember when we did that? We were talking about lifesavers and we went all over town looking for lifesavers.
Ended up buying like
just so we
7
can
rolls.
show you guys lifesavers.
And we ended up buying 7 rolls. That was
And your
crazy.
mom took some, remember?
I hope so, because that's a lot of candy.
No, we did. We gave her some too.
No, those
Yeah,
are good though.
I remember I gave
That was
some
funny.
away.
I know where
It
they're
was
at now.
fun. Yeah, we know where they're at now.
They're at the shell.
And the whatchamacallits, those are at, I don't know, I think I know where those are at.
I don't know.
All right, guys, but I think it's time for Mimi Somos.
Yeah.
All right, we love you guys.
Well, it's time for that. They're waking up.
Yeah, well, good morning, and it's time for us to.
And if you didn't watch the Sunday service, please watch it after this devotional. Hopefully it blesses you and God bless you.
All right, bye, guys. We love you.
All right, bye.